On and Off the Street podcast, where we talk about everything on and off the streets, from automotive racing to personal growth, recent events, and debatable topics within the racing community, and stories of personal life experiences.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
With your host, Shot in Frame.
And we are back now with episode 5 coming into the play today on this beautiful rainy Sunday here, and I am joined by the snake god himself, the one and only Austin Atkins. What's going on, dude?
Not much.
Appreciate you coming down, dude. Especially we kind of talked about it going back and forth probably for like the last week or so, and especially on short notice. I'm super excited for you to take the time to come down here, especially all the way as far south that I live, and sit down, talk, and go over some things. It was super cool, like we were saying, seeing you last night, because I was about to text you. Like I said, it popped up on my calendar. You're gonna come by today. And catching you and some of the older OG guys out at RS Fuels was fucking super cool to see everybody. I'm glad you guys are like still out and cruising around and seeing each other and being a part of that scene. So you guys had started off at Tinker, and I guess people started swinging.
Yeah, it's not something that we really approve of. But I mean, if they're gonna do it and we're in the area, we popped back there, and yeah, it's
dude. I feel like I've talked about it every episode now, because it is taking over the Oklahoma car scene. It's ruining shit left and fucking right, dude. Did you see at a Street Car Takeover a few weeks ago, they had showed up with OCPD with like riot gear on, and one of my boys that I used to know had a 40 millimeter rubber pellet fucking shooter just chilling on his chest, dude. I'm like, this is what it came from. Yeah. Because they've shown up to some of those street takeovers, dude, and get like beer bottles thrown at them and fucking people flashing guns. And
I mean, that guy, there was that story I think it was last year, the undercover that had actually gone to one of those events, and one of the people that was swinging didn't know he was an undercover and just started attacking him. Yeah. So
dude, it gets reckless. Those people do not care. But it was cool running into you guys last night, especially hanging out at RS Fuels, seeing some of the cars come out. And like I previously stated, I'm super excited to have you here and kind of go over your history, because we've always been like back and forth in the car scene, but we've never actually been able to like hang out one-on-one or really be around each other. It's been a while since we were like, I had the Evo and you probably had your first or second car. So it's been a minute. Long minute.
I think it was the Silver Terminator.
Yeah. It's been quite a while. So we can go ahead and get started, dude. Where you're from, where you kind of grew up at, where'd you go to high school?
I'm actually from Amarillo, Texas.
Really?
Yeah, I went to Caprock High School. I was one of 5 Caucasian guys there. So yeah, we all played baseball. It was awesome.
Dude, that's awesome. Is it like primarily Hispanic or
primarily
what?
Hispanic, and then our rival was primarily African American. And then it was weird. Amarillo is like, they say they're not segregated as much, but they're very, like, the high schools, like each high school, like Amarillo High is like predominantly like the richer white kids.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an Edmond North. It's like it's essentially Edmond.
Yeah.
So
they have like 2 or 3 high schools around Amarillo, or how does that work?
I think, well, since we were there for Christmas and we found they were building a new high school. So I mean, Amarillo is growing like crazy right now.
So you still have family back there?
I still got family.
Did you move here because of family, or did you move here?
I moved here because of my wife.
Oh, okay, so, really? Is she from there as well?
She's from Oklahoma City.
How did you guys meet? We'll get into that. Hang on. We'll save that. Yeah, I'm jumping ahead. I didn't know that. That's crazy. So, dude, it's awesome. Were you in the car scene kind of back when you were in the high school, or you said you played sports? How did it roll in, or how did you transition to kind of get into it?
So, I grew up, my dad was a Corvette guy. My mom is actually how I got into cars.
Really?
So my mom has had every generation of M3 except for I think it's the E92, the 08 body style. So she had an 88, she had a 95. She had a 95, she had an 02, and now she has a 15 M4. And then she's thinking about the G80, but She loves the.
Dude, the M4s are pretty badass.
She loves her her M4 right now.
I saw an M4 comp rolling down the street the other day, like a newer one. Dude, they're so nice. Even stock package.
There's one here in town that I love how he spec'd it out because it's. I mean, there's some crazy like Michael George has that really gorgeous, that dark like sparkly purple comp car.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Josh has got that that like highlighter yellow one.
Yeah.
I think there's
Dude,
so many random.
Not to get too off topic, but those are becoming more and more popular. I feel like those are like the new McLaren 720.
You do bolt-ons on them, and I mean
make like 600 to the wheel.
Yeah.
Are they rear wheel or all wheel?
I think you can get an all. I think they're rear wheel. There's you can get a rear wheel and you can get an all wheel.
Yeah.
They
probably have the X drive. I think that's what BMW calls it. Yeah. Well, so when did you, other than her owning cars, did she her or your dad like work on them or go to shows or what? Did that kind of get brought in when you got your first car? How did you get introduced into like the actual racing or, show scene?
So like my mom had always like, I'd always watch videos of my mom. My dad was a Corvette guy, so we'd always just done car stuff, but we had not. Wasn't really like fully into it until I was getting closer to getting my first car, and my first vehicle was a Jeep Liberty. Funny enough,
dude, mine was a Jeep Cherokee. Yeah.
2002 Jeep Liberty. It was my mom's. She bought it new, and they'd had problems with it, so I got handed down to me, and we kind of like fixed it. Engine went at 30,000 miles on it. Put a new motor in it. It lasted another 1,500 miles.
Very nice.
Yeah. So and then my dad was like, "All right, we're gonna go look." So we found this just beat 2000 GT. And I'd always been a Mustang guy, and I'd always liked the New Edge Mustangs. Yeah. And I'd always, many.
Was your dad disappointed?
No, he. So he's a C3 guy. So it's kind of hard to be disappointed in anything with C3s because they're like the redheaded stepchild of Corvettes.
Yeah.
So he took the chance. Like I took some money that I'd made from mowing, and he gave me matched it essentially, and I paid like $6,000 for this 2-valve, no paint, silver, just same the stock Starfish wheels on it.
Hell yeah.
So I at one point just got that up. Well, the reason I had wanted a New Edge so bad is because like many others in the Terminator community, is we were raised on the snakebite videos. That black Kenny Bell Terminator doing the burnout with just the loud blower whine.
Yeah. Who was the guy that used to do all the tuner videos and all the Mustang trolling videos?
Yellow Douchebag.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's how I got into some of the Mustang stuff, dude. He used to be crazy back in the day.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
But so I got into those videos, and I listened to Sam's a couple weeks ago. So I guarantee you, it's just one of those things. I think there's a starting point, and that's a big starting point for a lot of the Terminator guys is that video. Yeah. But got into college, got my silver Terminator, stock, nothing crazy. I was still kind of learning the cars. But it's just one of those things where it's to go from a 2-valve to pretty much probably the best 4-valve that's out there. It was just a moment in my life where I was like, okay, I'm starting to build with this. So now I was starting to go to more shows, and I was starting to go to more races.
Were you still out in Amarillo, or where were you at the time?
I was still in Amarillo.
So do they have a scene down there? Or is it kind of iffy?
It's kind of gone back and forth.
Yeah.
So
I imagine it's probably more C10s and donks.
No, actually.
Do they have a muscle scene?
So quick shout out my boy Kevin Van Voris with Contagion Athletics. Dude is changing the scene there.
Hell yeah.
Crazy right now.
Very nice.
Big Mopar guys. He's got a Demon Vipers. I think he just ordered a Demon 170. So
damn.
Yeah, he's and his brother's has Coyote Direct, and they're doing anything Coyote. So they're kind of like the Coyote scene in Amarillo is growing so fast.
Dude, isn't that so awesome to see?
Dude, yeah.
From nothing, because Oklahoma City used to be the same way. We didn't have these shops or these exotic car places that sell. We had none of that. So
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I loved Amarillo, but even before I met my wife, I wanted to either move to Oklahoma City or to Dallas, just because I've Amarillo, I tell everybody it's like a big little city. Like it takes 15 minutes to get across town in Amarillo. But there's stuff to do, but there's not a lot. Like I mean, we have a minor league team now, so it's kind of helping the city grow. But when I moved to Oklahoma City, so fun fact, I actually moved to Norman. My first job was at Big Red.
Really?
Yeah. So,
really?
That place is interesting.
Yeah, aren't they like shut down or something?
There's if you Google Big Red Kia in Norman, there's I think the first couple articles, because they used to have like in the like 90s, they used to be a Ferrari dealership.
Really?
So I don't think a lot of people I found that out when I was working there. And I was like,
I didn't know that.
Something really has to go bad when you go from being a Ferrari dealership to a Kia dealership.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, I guess they had like OU players working for them, and it was before all the NIL stuff, and they were like pretty much getting paid essentially to they were getting like free cars and stuff like that. There's a bunch of money laundering stuff. Well, I guess that happened recently again with something different.
I believe it. Dude, once people get into that, the behavior never changes. It's pretty much a repetitive ordeal. So that was Athena in the background. She almost fell off the couch. Thank you, Athena, for your every episode interruption. Dude, she's so funny. So, again, not to get off topic, but you know the little, like, you leave your TV at idle and it'll pop up the logo and it does, like, the screen bounce. Dude, I don't know if it's from, like, locking her in the kennel in the living room for when she was little or what, but she sees that thing and she goes fucking ape shit. She has climbed up the TV to try to bite the TV to get that red thing. She will start growling at it. She will start fucking barking. She will, like, run and jump up the wall trying to get to it. Dude, she goes ape shit.
She is
like,
too big to be
absolute
doing that.
Ape shit, yeah. So you could see she's over there, like, peeking at the TV here and there. Dude, she makes sure it's safe and then moves on. And she'll, like, go do her routine, like, patrol and then come back and just stop and stare at the TV to see if that red thing's up there again. Drives her insane, dude. She hates it. Hates it. So back to you getting into college. What was kind of your first introduction to the scene? Was it shows or racing? Was it friends in high school? Was it friends that you met in college? You had finally bought the 2-valve. What actually, broke the cherry?
Okay, so I didn't really like talk on that. So the 2-valve was actually, I was like really getting into the scene with the 2-valve. And I think like every 99 to 04 2-valve GT guy, we think we're like the fastest thing in the world when we first get these cars.
Hell yeah.
Like crispy 260 horsepower.
Hell yeah.
So, I mean, there was stuff in the scene that I was like, there was a guy in our scene that had a red 10th anniversary Terminator, and I was like, okay, I want to get to that point. And when I moved to college, I was kind of getting more focused on my degree, and I didn't really like. I was like, I'm going to keep working to this. So I'd work in the summertime and just save money. And my junior year is when I bought my silver car. And that really got me more into, I mean, there was a show in Hooker, Oklahoma called the Hooker Car Show.
Hell yeah.
We would go to every year.
Hell yeah.
I would say the real like change was once I got out of college and I had my white Terminator. I'd always wanted to bag it. I'd always wanted to, because anybody that has a Terminator, they will tell you that me and my buddy Taylor Pierce, we agree that Terminators ride like covered wagons until you do some kind of modern suspension change on them, because they're all built on the Fox body platform. Yeah. I mean, Ford used that platform, I think, all the way up to the 05, like 3 valves. But yeah, it's. When I get the white car and I got out of college, and I finally have like kind of like usable income. Yeah. I did air suspension, I did intake, I did tune, I did upper pulley. I mean, I started.
Was that the car I met you with? That was the first one.
I think you met me with the silver car. I
really?
think you met me like right towards the end of the silver car. Okay. Because the silver car.
Now you got me thinking. I thought it was the white one, but I could be totally wrong.
No, I think it is the white one. I think it's the white one because when I moved here, I had the white car. Yeah. So I didn't have I was dating Hailey with the silver car. So that's actually how we met, was that car. So, yeah, the silver car, I think I had. That car's in Kansas City now, makes 900 horsepower and does wheelies.
God, yeah, damn, dude.
Yeah, my white car's in Lubbock with a collector. He has. Mine, a screaming yellow coupe, a black coupe, and I think he was trying to buy something. Last time I talked to him, because I keep track of it.
I was about to ask, is it crazy keeping track of that and like actually seeing what it does now and what it could have been?
Yeah. I thought I had a picture of it, but yeah, the guy that bought my white car actually just did a teardown on it. He's going to do comp cams and a bigger,
That's
like
insane.
a better fuel. So, like, it's getting a full build. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't mind selling my cars to people as long as I know that they're going to either do something with it or just really take care of it. Yeah.
Dude, we were talking about that earlier. You were mentioning the bike thing and how you would never. That's one thing that scares me about ever selling my bike. Like, I've put so much money and time and effort into it. And, you know, all these new younger kids can go down to credit union and get approved for a loan. And so if I ever put that thing up for sale, you're going to have to be like an experienced known rider.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to sell it to anybody and everybody off the street.
It's a missile. I mean,
Dude,
it's a
and
missile.
that's one thing that scares me when it comes to used vehicles. When I sold the Evo in Denver, dude had it probably about a year and a half, and I got all of a sudden screenshot photos of it being sold at a salvage auction. Dude had like wrapped it around a pole, dude, completely destroyed the front bumper, like the front end, the whole front left wheel and everything was completely fucking shot in and destroyed. I'm like, great, dude, glad my fucking 450, 500 horsepower Evo fucking is doing well. I hated it, dude. I hated it so much. I feel like I should have never sold that car.
Yeah.
But yeah, that scares the shit out of me.
That's always,
Yeah.
I have that with the white car is like, so, I don't know if you ever saw. So I actually had the ABS fail on it on Expressway like 2 days before Christmas. I slid into the back of a 18 F-150, and I mean I got pictures through it. Like the whole.
That was the picture I saw on Instagram.
Yeah, the whole rebuild of that car. So
Yeah.
worked with my insurance. Told them kind of like the collectability of the car because you don't see a lot of white Terminators.
Yeah.
And
They agreed to fix that bitch?
they agreed to fix it.
Really?
'cause
How
it was
hard
a-
of
it
a
was
battle
low
was
month.
that?
I went back and forth with them for I think 3 months. Shout out to SVT Performance for having a market, so
Yeah.
I can go in there and say, "Hey, this is where all these cars are selling at." And I sent them a parts list, and it was all OEM parts. So and OEM parts, and it used to be it's something new now. It used to be Reynolds Ford off Expressway in OKC. Those guys, literally, I was up there 3-4 times a week, just talking with them about like, okay, this is where it needs to be. This is I've accessed these parts, so. They had contact with the parts supplier out of not Dearborn, pretty much the main hub for Ford parts for older models out of Ford. So my white car now has the last OEM 03, 04 Cobra bumper on it.
That's nuts.
They pulled it off the shelf and they said it was just covered in dust. And it's been there it was all wrapped up. And I was like, yeah. So I told the guy that, so I actually sold it to somebody and he was kind of a, you know what, kind of went back and forth with me on price.
Big old stickler.
Yeah, he was an a-hole.
Yeah.
But the guy that has it now, I'm glad that it's with him because he's really like he's going above and beyond. He's getting like he's doing paint correction. He's making sure all everything's. I sold that car because it had a little bit of gremlins. The oil cinder line. That's a brass line on those cars. I think got nicked, and I never replaced it. I just had him bend it back and kind of form fit it because I think that whole line goes like the entire length of the car, and it just would have been
massive pain in the ass.
Massive pain in the ass just to get fixed back. But I think since at this moment he's gone through and actually switched. I mean, it's a great car now.
Yeah.
He sends me pictures all day. I think his name's Carlos. He sends me pictures like once a month.
And that's the one down in Texas.
Yeah, it's funny because he's down in Lubbock and he tells me all the time that he's like, yeah, dude, you can come down, like you can drive it whenever you want. I'm like, okay, cool, like I'll take you up on that next time I'm home. But but yeah, he's that's the thing too is like I'm glad that it's with somebody that's actually taking care of it because I like your Evo situation.
Dude, I was so mad.
I got a buddy in Amarillo that had a Whipple Mistachrome with like 30,000 miles on it. Sold it to a lady out in Arizona. As she was driving it back, they hit a rainstorm and she slid it off the road and totaled it.
Dude,
she didn't even have the car like 24 hours.
Horrible.
I was like,
so horrible.
So.
Dude, some cars just get that fate, and it sucks. But some of them, that's just the road that was paved for them. So, and not a pun intended, but dude, that fucking sucks. But yeah, dude, that scares me if I ever do get out of the bike game or sell this bike, which I haven't thought about it. I really want to sell this bike and get a Hayabusa and get a roll race Hayabusa set up. I want to get a turboed Hayabusa so bad. I'll show you one when we get off of this, but there's a dude over on the East Coast that has one. It's a boosted HTP setup. Dude, and even like 8 pounds, 9 pounds of boost is an additional like 20, 30 horse. And dude, that on a motorcycle can fucking sling you back harder than what it was before.
You're trying to drive through like a wormhole or something, aren't you? Like,
dude, I love it. It's so awesome.
Back to the Future where the car disappears.
But so whenever you went through kind of with the process of getting that rebuilt, I mean, did you have it like already planned in your head that you wanted to rebuild and sell it, or what made you kind of think that was the best option? How long did you keep it after the rebuild before you kind of tossed up wanting to get rid of it and get something new?
So the story with this too is I had just worked with Brian Tilson when he still had his shop of getting the bag set up. Like I'd finally
Brian's a great dude. He's a solid guy.
Yeah. That guy. I worked with him about like finally getting the bag set up, and I ordered like strange, like I had everything that I'd wanted to do essentially suspension wise with this car. I'd finally done. Had the kit in my car, dropped it off at the house, was going to my parents or my in-laws' Christmas party, and then wrecked it. So I'm like, okay, I finally got to this point.
That's when the truck incident happened?
Yes, the truck incident happened. Yeah. And I took, it just was one of those moments I had to sit down and think, okay, I'm either going to, I don't want to scrap this car because of the collectability, and I love this car. Like I don't, if insurance is going to work with me, I'm going to get this done. So I think it took, it was pretty quick actually, 4 or 5 months to get the car completely put back together, painted. And then I had it another, I want to say 5-6 months. No, I had it longer than that. I had probably had it another year. And it was getting closer to 100,000 miles. Yeah. And my current car, I was like, it popped up, and I'm like, I knew that they were getting ready to go up because the 2020s, I think, had just come out. And I was like, okay, 'cause normally the rule of thumb is like when the newer model of your model actually comes out, the prices will do either go down or go up. So you just kind of have to like take a bet on it.
Yeah. You just have to watch the market for that.
You just kind of
eyeball what everybody else is doing. Dude, and again, not to go off topic or, talk about me the whole time, but dude, the Evos, man, fucking like 08s, 09s, like 30 to 40 grand right now. All right, absolutely insane.
I gotta give a Terminator PSA to anybody out there listening. Terminators are not worth 50 to 60K. I will die on that hill. They are not worth 50 to 60K.
Yes,
you can buy such a better car for 50 to 60K, and I'm a die-hard Terminator guy. Like, unless it's a low-mile Mistachrome, a low-mile competition red. Shout out Sam. Yeah, probably those two colors.
It's insane. I see these Evos. One was like it was perfectly fine. It was pretty much bone stock, other than your typical bolt-ons, and then it was like the drive case is going out, and it was like 30 grand still, like 30 or 32 grand, and I was like, what the I'm not even getting an operable car, and you still want 30 racks for this fucking car?
It's like Terminator guys. They're like, it's a roller. I want 12K for it. I'm like, no, I'll just go buy a 2-valve roller.
It says in the bio, there's so much potential.
There's so much potential.
So much potential for the right buyer.
If you know what this car is, you'll understand the price. I'm like, stop. That's the whole point of the car is the motor.
Dude, we could go on and on. People drive me nuts on this fucking marketplace. And that's another thing. I feel like if people want to throw them up for insane amount, ridiculous pricing.
They're fishing. Yeah, they're trying to mess with the market.
And get everybody else to think they can get away with the same shit. Yep. Exactly. Yep. And then now you have a bunch of
zinc yellow guys, like zinc yellow Terminator guys. Your car looks like Easter Sunday. Like it looks like faded yellow. It's not worth 30K. Like, dude, stop it.
I'm not to talk shit on anybody, but I hate that yellow, dude.
I hate so that gross. Yellow. Yeah. I hate that yellow, and I hate red fire. And
what is red fire?
Red fire is like the burgundy. It's like the dark red burgundy.
What am I looking up? Red fire.
Red
Cobra?
fire. Yeah, red fire Cobra. It's like the color of your shirt.
Oh yeah, it's like a darker, like maroon looking one.
So every one of those guys with those cars, like there's some really good examples of red fire, but there's a issue with the paint from the factory. Yeah. That it was like eating the clear coat.
That's what I was about to say. Like this one here, it kind of looks faded. Like it looks like, especially on the front end bumper, and like right here, like back here, it looks good, but up front, whether that's the sun or just the paint itself. Like, you can kind of tell. Yeah, it looks like pinkish in some spots because it's faded off.
Yeah, Ford did. I think Ford with their paint ideas, I think they only did a single stage on the Terminators, which I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I think the Mr. Chrome probably is a multi-stage, but yeah, the clear coat on those cars, like, no offense, like, I got some buddies in Norman that have one's got a pretty fast Kenny Bell red fire car, but I just don't like that color. I don't like that color like on any car, actually.
Dude, I like the blue and the white. The blue and the white. That what is it, like a pearlescent blue or something?
The Sonic blue.
Yeah,
Sonic blue. Sonic blue is the best color. I love Sonic blue.
I love that one. I want to get my bite painted that color sometimes. Yeah, that
Sonic blue good. And Velocity.
There you
blue.
go, dude. See,
yeah.
That's what it does.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, dude, that looks good. I like that blue. I've thought about repainting the bike and going to like a blue or like a metallic gray with a blue pearlescent in it or something similar like that.
Yeah, as much as I'm not a Dodge guy. Like, I love what Dodge is doing.
Yeah.
But their paint department is fantastic. And the people that get to name all the Dodge paints, like, they have fake green, which is like a dark green.
I've seen that. Yeah. Dude, that looks pretty aggressive on black wheels. I've seen some people do that green on black, and it looks pretty mean.
Best color that Dodge does is called Hellraisin. One, that's a sick name for a paint coat. And it's like a dark, like, purple burgundy, like a raisin.
Yeah.
But I've seen some of those cars bagged with like a polished brushed wheel, and oh boy, they're so clean.
We're looking up. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah. I like that a lot. Like that right there, it looks nice.
Because it looks like it's one of those cars. Because Ford has mischievous purple. It's a cool color, but I think they were trying to do. They were trying to like recreate the Mistachrome, but with a black base, and those cars just look like black cars with. They look like black cars where they're not in the sun.
Yeah.
So. Best new colors are Velocity Blue and Eruption Green.
Dude, I've always liked that gray, dude.
Yeah,
I've always loved that.
Battleship
gray. Dude, if people weren't wrapping their cars,
if everybody wasn't
bikes,
wrapping
Nardo or Battleship Gray, I would totally do it.
Everybody's doing Nardo Gray wraps. Everybody is doing like the cappuccino, the cream color.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. I was wanting to do that on my bike too, and since I've thought about it, there's been 4 bikes on Instagram that have done it, dude.
Yeah, every stanced FRS starter kit, they do the Liberty Walk body kit or the Rocket Bunny body kit, and then they do cream or they do they do like the color change.
Yeah. The blue, purple, orange. Yes. I
tell my buddy Brady, I call that Mr. Chrome. It's not Mr. Chrome. It's like a knockoff. It's Mr. Chrome.
Dude, I wanted to do like a military dark, like matte green.
Like a flat green.
Somebody fucking did it. I wanted to do that cream you were talking about, kind of like that tan sand looking, like the Tacomas are. Like I said, there's been 4 or 5 bikes that have fucking done it. Nardo was on there for a while when I first got on the bike scene, and then I noticed everybody fucking did it. Dude,
I feel my next trend I think everybody's gonna start doing is the like super dark metallic wraps. So like the dark like old Lexus green.
Yeah.
And then like a forest green. I feel like
this has been my favorite shit. I've thought about doing this too on mine. Have you seen these? The half wraps. They like do a solid color design, dude. I think this shit looks fucking.
I think those are sick, but that's the thing too is those were like huge in 2018,
they
2019,
were,
and now they're just kind of
fad. Yeah,
it's a huge thing in the Mopar community. The Mopar,
really,
I've seen so many Chargers with the split wraps. I like them when they do like a side vinyl that splits. I don't like the down the middle and the roof.
Yeah. I thought about doing that, like my bike, half white, half black, and calling it good, like straight down the middle.
I like it when they do kind of the JDM spec, and they do it.
That's dope.
Oh yeah, that's
like a war camo on one side and a black, on the other side.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I like it when they do it kind of JDM style, where they do a split wrap and they'll do a different set of wheels on one side. So
I've seen that once or twice, dude. Yeah, I know
cool
what you're talking about.
because when you take photos of the car, it looks like
you have 2 different cars,
have 2 different
dude.
Cars.
Yeah, you can be like, oh, driving this one today, driving this one today. Yeah, nobody knows. Fucking pull a Lighting McQueen ka-chow.
Yeah, Kerchoo.
Yeah, that shit's awesome, dude. So growing up, in the car scene, what was kind of like, do you have any memories or anything like memorable that like, running from the cops or, your first race that you won or, going to your first show experience? What are kind of some things that stand out in your history of being in the automotive industry?
Oh man, the 2-valve days, like just that big 2-valve energy, had just stupid stuff. Like I was racing a supercharged Tundra one night on Sauncey, and as soon as we took off from the light, there was a cop coming the other way. He comes after me, and I hid in like somebody's garden, essentially.
What?
Yeah, they had one of those wraparound things, like the driveways, like
driveway?
the half circle driveway. I pulled in there, parked the car, and the shrubbery was high enough to where I could get behind it. It was like Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Yeah,
I was trying to get my heat level down. But the worst part was I remember I got out of the car and was like underneath the bush, like hid behind the bush. I'm like,
awesome.
And looking back on it, I'm like, I'm so stupid.
You're like, they can't see me, they can't see me, they can't see me, they can't see me.
If they can't see me, I can't see them. It's okay.
No, I am not back here.
Yeah, I'm not back here. Go somewhere else. Leave me alone.
Oh, man. What kind of were your first shows? Because, like, for me, for example, I used to go to, like, Solo out in Helen, whenever it was still in Helen before it moved to Savannah. We used to go like the cupcake meet down. Dude, that used to be a huge fucking thing down in Texas.
Where was that at? Was that Dallas?
It's Dallas, yeah. It was like a town right outside of Dallas, but basically Dallas.
Was it Ennis?
Yep.
I vaguely remember those.
What else? Like IFO used to be a big one. Did you guys kind of have any shows like that or anything?
We have the Make-A-Wish car show every year. And then we had the Polkstreet Cruise. So they opened the show season with the Make-A-Wish show in March, and then they would end the show. We have Polkstreet in downtown Oklahoma City where we just cruises. And it being West Texas, there's not a big, like, it's classic cars. It's classic trucks.
Kind of like how we have here on 12th Street, like the 12th Street Cruise, or what's the Meridian Cruise?
Meridian Cruise, yeah. And there's nothing against that. It's just, as somebody that's, like, super, like, I'm a stance guy. I have a GT500 that's a stance car. Like it doesn't. It's hard because you've seen so much unique stuff that because the stance scene and the classic car scene, they're two different.
Yeah, a lot of them don't clash.
Worlds.
Yeah,
and with the stance scene, it's super cool because there are some examples of this is just getting repetitive. Like people are doing the same thing with wraps and wheels and then you get that one case where you're like, well, that's really cool. And those really cool examples inspire the next wave of of stuff. Yeah. Like, I mean, I've been at some of these stance shows where the little kids are like, I want to little kids don't know, like, don't touch the car or stuff like that. Yeah. Where the people are like, hey, do you want to sit in my car? Like, hey, do you want to look at this? Like the stance community is really cool in that sense that
that's how it should be.
They take the time to actually open up and talk to you like that.
Yeah.
I will say that the classic car community has gotten a lot better. When I was first into it, it was really bad. Like
kind of dickheads.
Yeah, kind of older. It was an old people hangout club.
Yeah.
Like they would take all their cars to the McDonald's at 6 o'clock in the morning,
and then meet up at the nude beach the next morning. Dude, okay, again, not to get off topic, but did you see the flyer for the annual nude car show
in Wisconsin? Is it in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
So yeah, I know. So here's the thing:
don't miss the show.
Yeah, don't miss the show. So I bought my Shelby out of Wisconsin. So I bought it in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. So now every time that flyer comes out, my Shelby buddies are like, "Hey, are you going? Like, are you gonna take the car back to where it came from?
Time to go back home."
Like, y'all are annoying.
It was so awesome. But yeah, dude, going back to the younger generation, I feel like that's super, super important. Because I never really got that, growing up in the car scene until I met people like we were talking about earlier, like Sam and Robert and, a few others that, would introduce us and actually take the time to talk to us and, introduce us into the scene and kind of what to learn. So, I mean, dude, even yesterday at Cars and Coffee, like this kid was probably only 2 or 3, like his dad was holding him, but like I let him push the start button on my bike to start it up when I was leaving. Little shit like that can go a long way.
The current car club or car scene needs to do that. Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of the swinger stuff has happened because that wasn't
nuts. Yeah.
Like
it's a bunch of kids like don't get attention from their dad. And,
yeah.
Or grounded from their Xbox. They're like,
they-
I'll show you, Mom.
Yeah, they took their dad's construction truck out that night.
Dude, have you seen the
yeah,
U-Haul video?
The U-Haul video.
It's like, you can rent this bitch for $19.95. Dude, that's one of my favorite fucking videos of all time. Dude, yeah, no, it gets sane, and I think it is mostly out of the West Coast, out of California, where a lot of things are not only stricter in the car community, but a lot of people, flash a lot more money or have heavier egos, or unless you're somebody, you don't talk to me. And then, dude, it does create these shitheads in the scene that are now going out and doing that stuff.
Yeah.
And, fucking with everybody, or ramping their cars, or trying to get attention on social media. Dude, I feel like this is a fucking... I need to just come out with a whole episode where we talk about swingers, dude.
Yeah.
This is becoming an every episode ordeal. But it is turning into a huge thing in our country now. Like, it's getting shut down, and fucking people are fucking shit up for everybody else. So.
And see, I got some buddies out in California that... I mean, that's where this all originated, was in California.
Yeah, in Cali, yeah.
And... no matter where you stand on California, there's a lot of like cool stuff that's actually come out of California.
Mm-hmm.
I got a buddy, I think his name's Paradise Living SVT on, no, it's not him. Shout out him anyways, but.
Yeah, shout out, but.
Yeah. But I got a buddy out there that.
You pretty much just like plugged and then unplugged.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, fuck him. But, no, there's a guy out there that I follow that he does a lot of Fox body stuff. So it's crazy. Like, I mean, last night when we were watching that stuff, as soon as like there was a F body Camaro that pulled up, I'm like, all right, he's going to do good. There's some cars that it's like, all right, that's cool that because just how they're set up.
Yeah.
And he did, I mean, it was cool. But I see the like fun in that. Like if you're doing it in an empty parking lot in the middle
all
of the
of us
night,
have done a parking lot.
Yeah, we've all done a burnout in a parking lot.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But if you take... It's when you're like when they 2 years ago when they did it in the middle of
I-40
I-40. No, they were in the middle of I-40.
Yeah, and I-35 northbound.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
they did it right under the Scissortail Bridge, and then right northbound I-35.
Jeez. Yeah. It was right under the Scissortail Bridge.
Yep.
That's when it's a problem.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to involve. Same with street racing. I can't sit here and say swinging's bad. Street racing's not bad. Like it's the same thing. If you do it in the middle of the day when there's people like just going to their job or going to lunch, like that's a problem.
Yeah, that are like 9 or 10 o'clock when people are, coming from the bar or going to the bar or going out. Yeah. And that's one thing, again, like you were saying, not to justify illegal street racing, but the thing about us, we at least like try to be organized. And okay, we're going to wait till 1 or 2 or 3 in the morning where it's fucking pitch out. Everyone's asleep. No one's on the highways. We're going to go do our fucking pools and then go back to our spot and stay seated. So it really sucks because when I was in law enforcement, I try to tell people, dude, like swinging and street racing are two different things. Yeah. Like they try to merge the crowd and put them in one and all of them blame all of them. But it's like, no, like when I was in the scene and now that I'm back in the scene, like, dude, we meet up 8 to 10 people, 15 tops. We send out 3 or 4 at a time, and we do our thing on closed highways where nobody is out. Like our run last night, dude, there was probably like one car besides us, and we were on a 3-lane highway. Like we had nothing to do with them. They had nothing to do with us, and then we got off, we did our thing, and that was it. But yeah, when you're doing this swinger bullshit, and you're doing it at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night when people are still traveling or still have their night activities. You're doing it on a city street
at like 8 o'clock at night in the middle of an intersection.
Fucking popular intersections too. Yeah, even popular highways. Like I-40 is the main highway that goes west to east.
I don't even understand how you can shut down I-40 because like I-40 is it's the vein of America. That place, it doesn't slow down enough for you to actually stop traffic enough to do stuff like that.
I remember when that happened, though. We all jumped their ass. We found out who they were, what cars they drove, where they worked. Like, dude, the whole scene was fucking pissed off.
Were you with law enforcement when?
I think so. I think I was. Yeah. So for a little while, and I haven't really talked about this. I haven't had an episode or, openly spoke about my law enforcement career, the small time that I had. But I actually worked with investigators on tracking down the main guy who moved here from California and brought that here into our scene.
I didn't know it was just one guy. That's wild.
One dude. I probably still have his picture somewhere. But yeah, he moved here from the California scene, and obviously burnouts and stuff in parking lots have always been a thing, but he is the one on the southwest side that has been heavily getting involved in setting up the meets and setting up like
I remember the flyers.
swinging.
I remember the flyers. Like dude, they were organized.
Dude, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I was helping an investigator who was one of my trainers beforehand. He moved over into investigations, and we kind of sat down and talked. And at that point, obviously being in law enforcement, I wasn't street racing or doing anything at the time. But I still had multiple connections, still knew a ton of people from back in the day when I was doing that shit, and was able to find out who the main guy was, their Instagrams, their private pages. Dude, it's not hard. It's not hard.
It's not
really
because
not hard.
The people that do that, like there was a guy, I don't know, you ever heard of Boosted Lucky down in Dallas? He's got a built, I think it's a red eye, or it was a red eye.
Yeah. Typical.
Yeah. No, he wouldn't do any of this.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay. I was about to say, most of them are Mopar, dude.
Yeah. The most of them are Mopar guys. It's the most. That's the joke of the car scene now, is that the Mopar guys are now the Hondas of the scene.
Yeah, dude.
And I have some really good Mopar friends too. So
was he part of it, or was he?
No, story with him is his there was a string of vehicles in Dallas getting stolen. There was a day I remember got posted 3 or 4 times. Like 5 different GTRs got stolen.
That's
in
insane,
one day,
dude.
And so his Hellcat, he was getting a haircut. His Hellcat got stolen.
Okay.
So the dude that stole
I think
his
I heard
Hellcat
about that.
was like posting it on social media, who wants to run and stuff like that. And like he was posting other vehicles that he had also stolen.
Yeah.
And pretty much admitting that he had stolen this vehicle. And it's like, how do people not think that they're gonna get away?
It's nuts, dude. Because a lot of these younger crowds, they use primarily Snapchat now. But they're public pages. You don't even have to have them added as a friend to see their story.
Yep.
They say fucking screenshot it and send it to your friends, so then it's on everybody else's fucking story. Dude, I've got some friends that are like in their mid-20s and they share that shit, and I'm like, dude, you're supporting like a high school fucking get-together meet. Do you understand? Like, it's gonna be nothing but fucking idiots. When it crossed the line for me, and for everyone who's gonna, use my previous story as I'm a snitch or I am a fucking narc or whatever at the time.
The cop story. I heard that the same.
What crossed the point for me? We were at Bass Pro one night, and one of those fucking idiots got into a mouth-off battle and pulled a gun.
Yeah.
And that's when it crossed the line for me. It was like an 18, 19-year-old, and he pulled a fucking pistol out and ran across Bass Pro and chased this guy. And after that, I was like, okay, it's time to do something before someone gets fucking killed. And then street racing is absolutely ruined for everybody. Because it's funny you say that, or that we're talking about it now. So when I was a cop, dude, I never told anybody anything or where we were, but I actually looked out for you guys. Like, I knew the shitheads versus the ones who, again, were doing it as safely as possible.
Yeah.
For those who are going to argue that it's all fucking stupid or it's all unsafe, okay, it's your opinion. That works perfectly fine. But there are people who do it more on a professional level, that are more organized and more safe and have a plan of action and a way to go about it. So yeah, when that kind of got me out of the car scene, because people started spreading that rumor, and it turned into an ordeal where, again, I knew who the shitheads were and who to go after, and I knew those guys, no, they're good, leave them alone, they're not doing anything. And I never got a raging boner for street racing anyways, dude. Some of those guys up there, dude, just fucking love that shit.
Dude, it's their whole personality.
Love that shit.
And I'm like,
love it.
I can't say, I mean, I like to go fast like anybody else.
Yeah.
And I won't say that street racing's dumb, but I'm like, there's just so much ego in street racing nowadays that it's not even like, let's go do a fun run. And people are like, no, I only race for $500. Like,
yeah.
No, bro, I don't have $500 to go and race your built Neon.
Yeah, like some of us have bills and responsibilities and want savings, and I get the same people in the bike scene, dude. They want to race for like $1,000
I'll
or
be honest
$2,000.
with you, man. It's always the bike guys. The bike guys are like, I only race for $1,000.
Bro, and that's why. So when we were talking about it last night, Johnny and I understand why people like J-Rod or Shauna Betty or people that kind of have a higher platform don't want to race me or race some of my close friends, because those guys you're talking about that split lane through traffic and fucking will go around a car at 180 and literally try to risk their lives.
I don't
want to
be responsible for murder.
100%. I get it. Yeah, I completely get it.
I got 2 things I don't race. I don't race bikes.
Yeah.
And I'm from Texas. I don't race trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you pull up next to me in a Gen 2 Lightning with bead locks on it, no, leave me alone.
Yep.
I'm not racing that.
Dude, those Dallas all-wheel drive Fords are getting fucking nasty nowadays, dude.
That's my buddy David is with Coyote Direct. He just bought a 5.0 truck, and
dude,
they're getting ready to do some crazy
Dude, they look
stuff
so good. There was one
so
at King of the Open Road or Streetcar Takeover a few weekends ago. That was a full bolt-on Whipple. Dude, nasty. It was like gray, like a metallic gray. Dude, so clean. Single cab. I'm like,
Who's it? Nice. It's Manuel. What's his name? Down at Midnight Performance.
I'm not sure.
The guy down the guy down in Houston. Have you ever seen his videos? Dude, he at one point he was breaking like every 5.0 record. Like he would just go out, have a fun drag day, and break a 5.0 record. And now he's truck racing.
Dude, the shit's insane. I'm a huge fan of, what are they, On-D-Gas?
Yeah, On-D-Gas.
On-D-Gas,
On-D-Gas racing.
Bro, they're nasty, dude. Yeah. That little camo fucking Chevy
is it
that
the
they
Ladybug?
have. I don't know. Is it the
red one?
Yeah, it's like a red digital, or not a digital, it's a camo. Like a red, black, and gray camo. It's got 2 turbos on it.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like coming out of the fucking hood. It doesn't even have a hood on it. Dude, that thing's nasty.
Is it, there's a guy in I think he's in Amarillo. He's in West Texas somewhere. Easy MTZ, I think, on Instagram. He's got a black cat eye. Mm-hmm. That thing is so clean, and it's so fast. And then there's the guy here locally that's got the gray single cab cat eye that I can't think of what his name is.
I love it.
Yeah, there's I like stuff that shouldn't be fast. Like you can look at a single cab F-150 or a single cab cat eye and you go, that's shaped like a brick.
Yeah.
It's like I love Trackhawks.
Yeah. I think, dude, there's one that rolls around here in Norman that's gray.
Yeah,
gray with the yellow accents.
Yeah,
dude, I see him all the time. That thing's fucking baller, dude.
There's a black one with beadlocks here in Oklahoma City that makes like 900, 1,000. I'm like, that's so awesome.
You're like, are we going to the movies or are we going racing? Like, are we going on a cross country trip or are we about to do a couple of quarter-mile runs?
Well, it's like Brad just bought that C63 AMG Mercedes.
That Mercedes, I saw him with that last night. Yeah,
I'm like, this thing is fun.
Yeah,
like it's a fun car with four doors. With
4 doors, yeah. That's why, dude. If I ever get back into it, I'm getting Evo or a Hellcat. I'll get a sedan.
I want a Charger Hellcat for a daily. I think that's like the most fun daily you can have.
When Robert Waite had his, he would let me take his out, dude. And we would fucking get in that thing 5-6 dudes deep and go fucking roaming around Mexico.
Waite is a great human being.
Dude, he's awesome. Yeah, he's badass. That's someone I should have on. I need to have Robert on. Fucking get on. I haven't talked to him in a little bit, but I need to have him get on and sit down with him. He's got that Chevy now, right?
He's got a ZL1, I think.
Is still the ZL1 and the BMW?
Yeah, I think he does.
The BMW, what's the new sedan, the SUV, the SUV crossover that are pretty fucking quick.
What is that thing called?
It's like an X5 or something like that.
M or something
like
that.
Yeah, dude, the thing's supposed to be pretty fucking quick too. But yeah, he's a great person, really, really great person. But yeah, dude, kind of going to that, you ended up getting into the scene. You got the white car, so we might need to back up a little bit. But when did you kind of meet Hailey and how? And then when did things get serious? And how did you transition from Amarillo to Oklahoma City?
So I just gotten out of a long distance relationship. I was dating a girl in South Carolina. Just gotten out of a relationship. Didn't want to really go into anything. It had been like a month, but I was like, I'm just going to finish school and move on.
Yeah.
She had messaged, so we had a mutual friend, and she'd seen the Silver Terminator on campus. And I guess she had been in the car scene here locally.
Yeah.
And she goes, I want to meet that guy. Like, I just want to be friends with him. I'm like,
bro,
okay,
I need to find that girl wherever she is.
Dude, just... It's
stop looking,
dude.
Just let it happen.
Don't look. It's literally the relationships that just happen out of the blue that are the best ones.
Yeah.
You just gotta. Yeah, she's fantastic, but went to a party that night. And I didn't really party in college. I just wanted to get done. I wanted to get my school done. I wanted to move on.
Yeah.
And because I went into Panhandle State, so there's like 14 people in the whole town when there's no college kids there, and you had to drive 9 miles just to go to Walmart.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So went to a party, made a terrible first impression.
What'd you do?
I was hammered.
Hammered, hell yeah.
Hammered.
Hell yeah.
Anybody that knows me knows I don't drink very much, so yeah, it was.
When you do, does it get kind of wild?
It doesn't get wild.
You seem like the wild dude.
I'm just.
You're a guy driving a snake with a mullet. You seem like the one
God.
that's like...
It's not a mullet yet. I'm I'll shave the sides. I want to shave the sides of this. I told Hailey, I was like, hey, I'm married now. I can do whatever I want.
4th of July is coming up.
4th of July is coming
yeah.
up, man. I'm going to shave the sides and get it going. But
so you turn like just like sloppy drunk or asshole drunk or
no,
kind of wacky drunk?
No,
or?
it's not. It's none of the. It's like lover drunk. But
Oh,
it's not
hell
like.
yeah.
But it's not like.
Woo!
But it's not like obnoxious, like kissing
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's. She likes to tell the story. So probably the second time I ever got drunk around her, we went to a trailer because it's OPSU. Went to a trailer party.
Hell yeah. Hey, dude, I'm from Guthrie. I understand that. I totally get that.
A big Shawnee energy.
Yeah.
Like big Shawnee energy. Yeah. So we went to a party, and I guess I had gotten pretty drunk because I don't remember any of this. She tells everybody this side of the story, so I'm like, so I guess she was sitting on the couch, and she just noticed me. I was going around like looking every girl up and down and talking to guys.
Mm-hmm.
And pointing at her. Then I came back to her, and I guess I told her, I said, "Hey, I just I went up to every girl and checked. You're the hottest bitch in here." So yep.
Hell yeah.
And
hell yeah.
so she's got pictures of it. I got a picture of her giving me a kiss, and I'm looking at myself. I'm like, wow, I am gone.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
Dude, maybe that's my trick. Maybe I just need to stop looking.
Yeah.
Delete everything and just close out. And dude, it's just hard because I feel like I just don't get out socially anymore. So
it's you have to force yourself to do it.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things, right? It's like you have to sit there and go, all right, do I want to continue? It's with anything. Do I want to continue down this path, or do I want to change something? And when you want to change something, you really have to throw yourself into it.
Yeah.
But
how long have y'all been together now? Before you got married, how long were you together before you guys got engaged?
6 years.
Damn.
Yeah, we got married.
We're
good. Actually, what is it? Friday.
Friday is the 9th.
Friday's the 9th.
Yeah.
Sunday. So next Sunday is our 1 year anniversary. So
very nice. Congratulations, dude.
1 year.
And that's awesome.
We've been talking about it for like the last 2 weeks. Like, how has it already been a year?
Yeah. And it fucking seems by, dude. I'm sure.
Yeah, everybody always asks, how's married life been? Has it changed? I'm like, no, it did.
Yeah. Dude, I see you guys post up on Facebook, and again, I know you and I haven't been super, super close, but I always cheer for you guys going out and doing stuff together. You guys seem like you go out and have pretty eventful and share experiences together.
She is literally the best person I've ever met.
That's awesome.
She doesn't take shit from anybody. But she's understanding.
She kind of scared me last night.
She's terrifying.
I thought she was going to punch me through the car door. I was like, "Hey, I'm just here to talk to Austin real quick. I'm sorry."
I'll throw Brad. She'll use Brad as a weapon. I'm telling you, dude. She
pick him up and swing
She
him.
doesn't get that. She doesn't get angry. She's just loud.
Yeah. She seems awesome though.
Yeah,
she seems like an absolute sweetheart.
She's just loud. That's just how she is. But
well, dude, congratulations to you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So it'll be what, 7 years total or 6?
I think it's 8.
8?
Yeah,
man,
I'm trying to think because I graduated college in 2017. We had been together.
Dude, has it just flown by?
Dude, it doesn't.
8 years.
Dude, it's weird.
Yeah.
And we say it all the time. We're like, I'm glad we found each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could not date in this climate.
Dude, it sucks. It's horrible. Don't do it. It's so bad, dude. The last 3 girls I've talked to all have trauma from their ex cheating on them or abusing them, and either have went back to their ex or...
Which makes no sense.
Yeah, dude. I talked to a girl. She was in a relationship, dude, sweetheart. I absolutely wanted to marry this woman. And we talked all of summer of 2022. And she told me she didn't want to date just yet, but if we could wait a whole season, we could talk about it and discuss things. So, dude, I absolutely proved myself, did everything I could. Came around to winter, and she said she kind of wasn't ready. Checked in on her at the beginning of the year, and she was going to be like, well, I kind of did something. You might be mad at me. And instantly I knew. And back with her ex who cheated on her and make fake dating profiles and fake relationship profiles.
Jesus.
And they're back together. Her excuse was it's hard to throw something away that's lasted 5 years. I'm like, all right, dude. Well, I wish you the best.
Is he milk?
Yeah, I wish you the best. Have a great one. The last one, I guess, was abused and then had a cheating ex. I don't know. Maybe I'll just go after crazy ass chicks. I don't know.
Yeah, just
they're all kind of tatted
first
and
date,
emo and
first date idea. Throw them down the stairs. There you go. That's my advice.
But I've had shitty ass experiences, so I'm kind of at the point where it's just me and my dog and, us doing our thing and kind of rolling with it, and whatever happens, happens. So I've hit up a few and been like, hey, like, if you don't mind, if you ever want to go out to dinner or anything, yeah, you see her sitting over there.
She just got her arm on the armrest.
Dude, she's insane. If you ever want to go out and do dinner, like, hit me up, give me a shout, but I'll just leave the ball there and leave it and just continue on. So
it's good to let them like make the first choice.
Yeah.
You don't want to like control if you're doing everything. It's both sides. If you're the guy doing everything in the relationship, if the girl doing everything in the relationship, it's not going to work.
Yeah,
it's one-sided.
We're really getting into my dating life here. I had a girl last night.
Break it down.
We had planned a week and a half to go out and get drinks yesterday, and hit her up. She told me she had things to do during the day. I was like, yo, totally cool. Let me know tomorrow night or tonight. We'll get ready. And never heard from her. And this morning she started sending me selfies and trying to flirt and be cute. And I told her, I was like, hey, I waited for you all day yesterday evening. Like, obviously you aren't ready or you don't want to do something. I wish you the best, but like I'm done getting, blown over. So left it there. She opened it, read it, never fucking texted me. So again, it is what it is.
Communication is the number one key, people.
Dude, I agree with you though. Not only like the car thing, I feel like it's everything, and I don't know if it's social media or Facebook or if it's just today's generation, but dude, everything these days just sucks.
It's wantitis, dude. Everybody's got wantitis. Like, you can get on social media and say like, hey, a guy's got. I'll even say, I suffer from it bad right now. So like. My boy Jesse just bought beautiful house.
Yeah.
He just got a Camaro, like a ZL1 Camaro. Like, cool. Like, I'm proud of him, but it's like, damn, that'd be cool if I could do that too.
Yeah.
How do I get there?
Yeah.
Brad gets the AMG. I'm like, the AMG is sick.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. It's a big reveal on the podcast. 2 weeks, I'm going to Kentucky to pick up my new daily. It's a 2004 GX 470.
Hell yeah, dude! Congrats.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited because I think I'm gonna do some overland build stuff with it. So
that'll be badass. Hell yeah.
But it's like you sit there and you go, okay, well, I'm buying this. It's like a $10,000-$15,000 car, and you got buddies that are buying like crazy stuff, and I got buddies back home but it's like they worked their ass off to get to that.
I told Jesse he needs to co-sign for me.
Yeah, Jesse has the highest credit score in Oklahoma City. Just we're putting that out there.
Dude. Yeah. He grew up. He didn't work for anything. He grew up in a white household.
Yeah,
with,
he's got oil money.
A lot of money. Yeah,
he's got that oil money. He's related. He's related to Bill Gates.
I hope he listens to this. Oh, dude, I fucking love him. He's so awesome.
He has a flip flop chain.
Dude,
he owns multiple flip flop chains.
Bro, him and J-Rod, bro.
I don't do Jesse.
Oh, you were talking like chains of like businesses. Mm-hmm. I was talking about actual flip flops.
No,
bro,
I was too.
They are always out in fucking flip flops, bro.
Just letting y'all know, if you've ever raced Jesse Hable in his Corvette and you lost to a guy that's driving barefoot. He races barefoot.
Yeah.
So
he has slid off the flippy floppies.
He tells me, he's like, I'm putting him in sport mode, and he slides his flip flops off. I'm like,
bare feet.
Yeah, dude. Put those dogs away.
I need to have him on, dude. We need to have a night where you, me, him, and maybe like a few other guys. I've got 2 other microphones, so I ain't handle 4 people. We definitely need to have
a Brad, Eugene, Jesse, Austin discussion.
That would be awesome.
So
Do you still talk to David? Is David around?
I still talk to David.
Dude.
He's just married now. So,
God. Last time I heard about David, Jesse said he was flying over his house to throw a Subway out the window.
Anytime there's some pilot related thing, I got a meme I made of him with his face on JJ the jet plane, and it's literally.
So for those who don't know, David went through pilot school and is now a pilot.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah, we're still trying to get free flights out of him. He's been a pilot for like 6 months. So,
dude, the Subway story fucking cracks me up. Because it's such like fucking Oklahoma Southern bullshit, dude. Like, it's your typical fucking Jesse outside of his flip flops and shorts with his Camaro or his Vet and fucking David.
It's funny because if you know Jesse, you can just picture him there with his hands on his hips and his flip flops and his cargo shorts, just waiting on a fucking foot long from the sky. David's about to carpet bomb his house with an Italian meatball
with a whole 12-inch. Yeah. Take this, you piece of shit. It's it's like the fucking what's the show out of New Mexico where the bitch gets pissed off because people keep throwing pizzas on top of her house. Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
Have you ever seen the fish? How they like restock fish in lakes
no.
where they fly the plane over and they shoot the fish out of the back of the plane?
Yeah.
That's literally what it is. He's just doing it with like Italian meatball subs.
Oh my god, dude. You guys fucking crack me up, dude. That's why I was so happy to see everybody yesterday, because, dude, our humor is just so fucking hilarious,
dark,
dude.
It gets dark sometimes. I'm like, yo.
You remember, what was his name, dude? It's gonna drive me nuts. He was Deshaun, Day-Day.
Oh yeah, I love Day-Day.
Dude,
have you
Day-Day's
seen him?
Fucking awesome. Yeah,
have you seen him recently?
Looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger now.
Dude, he looks like the chef, from Obama's presidency. If you've never seen a picture of that guy, go look it up. The chef
like
from
the Black Mr. Clean.
Dude, he's gigantic.
Yeah. What was it, dude? We were all downtown. You were there.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the rhyme of what it was? Something on the scooter.
On a scooter.
What was it?
I
Who
can't
said
say
that?
It. You'll get your
was
podcast
it the N-word?
Yeah.
Who said it? I'm trying to remember.
No, Day said it.
Day said it?
Yeah, Day said it.
What was the rhyme? You don't have to say the N-word, but I'm trying to remember the rhyme. It was something on it. There's
he's like, oh no, he's like, it's a black man on a scooter drinking a Capri Sun.
Dude,
it's like an old meme that just randomly popped up, and he just flies by us and says that. I'm like.
It was like, dude, he said something, ooter rhyme, and he was like, holy shit, that's on a scooter. And we all started dying laughing, dude. I forgot how it went, but, dude, I lost my shit, dude. I was laughing so hard. Dude, I miss all of our little hangouts, dude. Yeah. We used to fucking have a good time back in the day. That shit absolutely fucking kills me. But dude, it's awesome to see, like we were saying, everybody grow up and kind of fucking move on and get settled in. And, you know, I really like moving down here, because, dude, I found my peace. Like I said, it's just me and my dog and my fucking motorcycle, go to work, do my thing, come back home. And, dude, she's so funny. She'll jump up on the opposite side of the couch, but she'll climb on top of the cushions and sit on top of the couch. But she's so heavy.
Like she's a lap
dude,
dog?
she's so heavy they sink down. So like her butt is sliding off and sitting on the actual cushion itself. Athena.
She sits on the couch with her arm on the armrest like she just worked a 9 to 5.
That's her spot, dude. She loves it. She's so happy there. That's her favorite fucking spot. She's so awesome, dude. I love her so much. She's only 2 years old.
You're too big for a 2-year-old.
Dude, 145 pounds.
Jeez.
Yeah. Look, see, there's the TV check. You saw it?
Yeah.
Look, see? She's waiting for that red thing to pop up. The TV's not on, so it won't, but she's fucking looking for it. So real quick, I know we got off on a tangent, but one thing I do want to ask you, going from the car scene, what made you, you know, especially with a domestic car that has the capabilities of turning into something high horsepower, what made you want to go over to the stance? And other than doing something new, doing something different, what made you get into the stance scene and want to, you know, air out? And also what got you into air versus static, and kind of, you know, your journey along building your newest Shelby, which is what, a 2014 super clean car, dude. Mm-hmm. It is clean as an understatement. That is an absolute beautiful car.
So the thing with this car, the thing with the stance scene is I've always liked, so everything in the domestic, like especially Mustangs, Camaros, Challengers, what do you have? Yeah. Everybody does the same thing. Everybody does the same mods. And I looked at this car and went, okay, what can I do different that I can still enjoy this car?
Yeah. So
people see, okay, you have a GT500 that's on bags.
Mm-hmm.
You can't race it. You can't go do. I was like, I track the thing.
Yeah.
That's
one thing I was talking to Justin about too when he was on, is about how fucking crazy air suspension management and air performance has gotten into everyday track racing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So people don't know that. So their Airlift's motto is track it, show it, race it, or something like that. Mm-hmm. They have an entire track team. They have a time attack team that wins. Yeah. That's like a Subaru, like an STI, a 3-valve GT, and something else. They're all on air, and I can't get over her face, dude.
She's so awesome, dude. I love her so much. She probably needs outside real quick, but we can keep talking. So they have an actual track team. Have you been to Grid Life, or have you seen Grid Life?
No, I've seen Grid Life.
Dude, I want to go so bad.
With the whole drift, the whole drift event with a festival built into it.
And the track racing that they have set up as well. episode potty break real quick.
Little intermission.
So, did you start off on coilovers, or did you get into?
No,
because I feel like you got into the air scene right before it started. Yeah, getting big.
I went from springs straight to air ride.
Yeah,
I've liked coilovers, but my future plan is probably next year to pick up a 2020 plus.
Yeah.
I probably won't put that one on bags just because of the amount of time that Ford's actually put into the suspension.
Well, not only that, but I'm sure it'll fucking ding every single sensor and fucking error message and Christmas tree light with how new these vehicles are getting.
We were joking about the swingers last night because there was some Chevy trucks and stuff. I said the OnStar rep right now is probably just mashing the like, "Are you okay?" button right now. She's just staring through the window.
Just staring, dude.
But I feel like everybody kind of does the same thing with these cars, especially with Shelbys. They all put them on a drag pack, or they put them on a street tire. They do exhaust. They do a smaller pulley. They do intake.
Yeah.
My goal is eventually, if I keep this car, I want to do a red powder coated Whipple. I've kind of done some I like to make my car different, but not gaudy. There's a lot of people that do. They're like,
dude, all out, anything and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
The S550 Mustangs and the S197 Mustangs, like not just Shelbys. So like the Coyote cars and V6s, EcoBoost, whatever you want to call them, they just slap carbon fiber everywhere, and I'm like, it's cool, but now that everybody's doing it, it's not cool. It doesn't some of it's clean, but there's a lot of times people just kind of go over the top trying to be different. Yeah. You don't want to do that. You want to have like kind of a simple, clean build.
Dude, I've always called it OEM plus.
OEM plus.
OEM plus.
That's what you want.
That has always been my design since the Evo.
You want
OEM plus.
You want it to look like it could have been a factory option from the car.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny. So I went to the Make-A-Wish car show. So I'd lived in Amarillo 23 years. And I had never been, actually had my car in that show. Mm-hmm. We had just always gone to it. So this last year, I drove the Shelby all the way to Amarillo and put it in there. I probably had about 30 people ask me what was wrong with my car, why it was sitting so low.
No shit.
Or they asked me what shot of nitrous I had because of the tank setup in the back.
Dude,
I'm like, it's
yeah. It's like when people ask me if my bike's a 750. Bro.
Wait, it's not a 750?
Yeah, bro. Come on, dude.
I thought it was a 600. I thought you stretched a 600 out there.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude, people do it. It's a fucking thing. There's a dude at Cars and Coffee yesterday. They were talking about the weave pattern in my center tire because obviously when we race and get on it, that center is the main contact point. So that's kind of what wears down and you could see it. Mm-hmm. He was like, why does he sand down his tire? And his buddy was like, he doesn't, dude. It's just that fucking fast. And I'm just standing there. I'm just like, just standing there not saying anything. Why does he sand down his tire? I was like, all right, here we go. But hey, more power to you.
Yeah, more power to you.
But going to that show, I've noticed that this car has been quite a few places. What are some other shows that you've taken the newer Shelby to and some of the events that you've enjoyed?
So since I've had this car, I haven't been back to Mustang Week, and that's something that I definitely want.
I would love to go, dude. I've heard it.
Dude,
it's awesome.
It is literally not even just for Mustangs. Yeah. It's such a fun hangout if you have friends, and it's funny because I think Sam talked about it. Mm-hmm. Is you go to this event and you're like, hey, you're so and so from Instagram. Yeah. Everybody just speaks in Instagram names, and then you slowly grow to actually hang out with these people.
Yeah, I
mean Bobby with the Bobby Shirker out there. My boy Anthony Plumley out there. I mean, he's got a bag Terminator too. I mean, it's you start to grow with people and the community, the Mustang community, just from people you meet at Mustang Week.
Yeah,
I got friends in California. I got friends in South Carolina.
I think that's the awesome part about the internet is being able to.
That is the coolest part about the internet.
Yeah.
So it's.
Forgot about. Oh, dude, we should get Yumi, Eugenio, Jeremy Davis, Jesse, and go to SOO or H2OI or fucking Texas 2K.
I think H2OI is done.
Bro, it is, but it isn't.
Okay,
that's
a weird thing. It's
the city has done anything and everything they can, but dude, those fucking European motherfuckers are like, you can't tame us. We'll show up anyways.
The European stance scene is
nuts.
Wild.
Nuts.
They do not care about anybody's feelings.
Yeah.
And they'll go out there with a tetanus mobile.
Dude,
just
when I was
completely
out
rusted.
at Soho, there were fucking hotel toilets getting unhooked and thrown off the fucking balcony,
What
dude.
the-
Dude, Soho, that was the last Soho in Helen, Georgia, and it was nuts. I'm so glad I got to go and experience it, but it literally looked like Project X. Like, I've got a picture somewhere of Project X side by side with the crowd on the street from Helen and the crowd on the street from Project X, and it looked exactly the same, dude. It was just thousands of people.
Let's see. I was trying to think of what else I've been to. So I go to Late Model Restorations meet down in Dallas.
That's
it's
cool.
It's a big Mustang meet.
Hell yeah.
Um,
They do primarily Mustang and like Mopar, like muscle style cars.
No, they just do. It's just Mustang. The one you're thinking of is We Are Mopar. That's the Mopar one that they do down at Texas Motor Speedway. Yeah, I've been to that one a couple times. I've been to I like hot import nights, but I don't like hot import nights.
It's kind of a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, because the way they do voting is super weird. Like they do team voting instead of like an actual judges panel, which if you've ever been to one of those shows where they do,
it's a popularity contest.
It's a popularity contest, and it depends on how many people you have in your group.
Bro, we had I hate saying the B word, but I'm going to say it. You know what? Yeah, I'm just going to say it. We had a bitch in Colorado with a fucking neon Dodge Dart, dude.
Yuck.
Pink.
Shout out
And
Parker Mott.
she won People's Best Choice, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm
like
sure.
IFO.
I'm sure, dude. I'm sure.
I like IFO, but IFO they judge on like how much stuff is done to your car, so you can just do a whole bunch of gaudy stuff and win that trophy.
Yeah.
It's all right.
No, I agree with you. What else?
Ooh, I'm trying to think. So Mustang Week, Texas 2K, of course.
Dude, I want to go so bad. I think I'm going to go next year.
I'm curious how it's going to be this year in Dallas.
Yeah.
Because Houston is slightly bigger than Dallas.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit. The organization that people go through that do the racing down in Dallas, not the track stuff. The track stuff is weird.
Mm-hmm.
But the street action, how they've got like walkie-talkie setups and
Yeah.
like, hey, we're running a runner car and all this stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's probably the most organized street racing I've ever done.
Yeah.
And it's smart and it's literally just
Organized.
And it's crazy because every year they do it and it's smart and yeah, maybe 1 or 2, 3, maybe 4 cars get busted.
Yeah.
With the amount of police that they bring in for that event, I mean, they pull people from Waxahachie, they pull in people from West Texas, like Guadalupe Valley. Like it's just, it's the amount of cops that they have down there, and they still like their ratio of like people getting caught. It's nuts.
Yeah.
But Texas 2K is one of those things where it's more fun when you know people. Like if you know people in the scene that can get you into like certain events, get you into dig spots, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But Texas 2K, if you've never gone to it, go to it. And
I want to go, but I feel like no one's going to race the bike.
There's bikes down there. We have.
Yeah.
I mean, people. There's a pretty big bike scene down there. But, if you have to go to the track at least one day, just to window shop.
Bro,
It's,
I wanna race like DME or fucking T1 or.
Hey, call Kevin Cox. Kevin
Yeah.
Cox set you up a T1 race.
Just their street cars, dude.
Yeah.
I don't need like a 2200 fucking drag slick.
Nope. You're getting the 2,500 horsepower GTR.
Dude,
off
I
the
just
hit.
want like the 1,000 to like fucking 1,700.
Do you have any
horsepower
bolt-on
shit.
package cars that I can run?
Yeah. Do you have any like stage 1
Yeah.
vehicles around here? I'm just looking for stage 1 races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make you a shirt.
But yeah, dude, I want to go so bad. There is a DME just posted them racing fucking bike, dude. And like when we race, dude, you're supposed to like get down, fucking
And
tuck,
tuck.
scoot back.
Yeah.
Bro, this dude hit and is like just fucking straight standing up the entire time on his bike. And I'm like, bro, it's people like that who get the opportunity, and here I am busting my ass, getting my form perfected, fucking making sure my tires are heat soaked, fucking everything's safe to be, and I can't get one motherfucker to fucking run me anywhere I go.
He's like, I'm doing my best to become a missile.
Yeah.
And this guy's over here with terrible aerodynamics.
I did get to race a McLaren down in Dallas. That was fun. That video went somewhere viral. That was fun. It was a clean-ass 720 McLaren. And
That's probably that one and a 911 GT3 RS are probably my favorite.
dude, I love them. They're so nice.
Exotics out right now.
Yeah. Do you have any shows coming up or anything like you're planning for in the future? Or are you kind of just riding the wave now? I know like the personal life kind of gets in the way and starts taking over.
Shelby's kind of down right now, so I haven't really like planned. I hate planning stuff and then like not knowing. And I also hate being that guy like, hey, like go into a shop like, hey, I have a show coming up. Can you have it? I don't want to be that guy because when you rush shops that are working on your car, they cut corners on places, and you're just back at that shop.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna go to Keep It Clean in September up in Wichita.
That'd be cool.
Or not Keep It Clean, So Clean.
Yeah.
So Clean up in Wichita.
That's been like a show for 2 or 3 years now,
2-3
right?
years. This will be year 3.
I've heard of it.
A lot of people were like, "Oh, well, I don't like it because they're letting anybody in." I'm like, "Yeah, they're growing. They're trying to grow that show. They're gonna."
Dude, that's how it should be.
Yeah. There's a couple shows that it's like, that's my thing with stance cars. That's the reason I went bag too. Is I can't stand when cars are like, yeah, I'm the lowest car here. Or I look at like my fitment when your fenders look like they went through a can opener.
Yeah.
Like it's just
bacon.
Yeah, when you just bacon your fenders and you don't even try and hide it.
Yeah.
Like it's cool. It's cool on some cars, but I like super clean, like well thought out. Like if you really think out like your offset on your wheels and then your suspension set up and even the area you like Oklahoma roads, I would not go static. That was another reason I was like, I can't go static low in Oklahoma just because these roads will destroy my car. Yeah. And if you've ever priced out Shelby fenders, that's another reason why.
Dude, or oil pan after oil pan after oil pan. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's why when I see those Hondas and shit on the south side, and some of them are actually clean, and they're fucking having
static.
go from 30 miles per hour to fucking 2 miles per hour just to fucking go around a little bump in the road and then go back up to 30. I'm like, I don't know about that. I'm not that dedicated.
I mean, there's videos floating around of people like loading their static cars on the trailer.
Yep.
And they just like
launch
the car up there.
Yes.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yes, dude. This shit's insane.
And the caption was always like, didn't win best of show.
Dude, there's a fucking video somewhere. If I can find it. It's like a... Let me see if I can find it. It's a white fucking car, dude.
Is it the one where the bumper falls off?
Yeah, he like rips the bumper off on the fucking curb that he's going up for some reason, because God knows fucking why.
Yeah, I'm not even low, and I still hit any entrance at an angle. My wife's like, "You're not even all the way down." I'm like, "Yeah, but
it just becomes a lifestyle."
Yeah,
becomes a lifestyle. But yeah, dude, I completely agree with you. I could never, ever. I can't find it, but yeah, that video.
I know which one. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Because he demolishes the front and like, dude, the front lip like
it.
fucking tucks in.
Yeah,
dude, yeah. They're like all, and then they hit the quick releases and decide to take it off. Like, dude, you had quick releases on it. You didn't think to fucking do that before you decided to go up the drive.
Well, that's like my thing with carbon fiber splitters. Like,
dude,
I love how they look, but you like bump those wrong, they'll just shatter.
That's what Sam was talking about on her episode, dude. She had one on the BMW and she learned her lesson. It like completely split on the highway and
I remember that
demolished.
situation with that car because it was a weird situation. Like they didn't give her the right hardware or something and it wasn't attached properly. Yeah, it's
completely fucking blew off.
Yeah,
dude. Speaking about carbon fiber, dude, I've had carbon fiber products. My front fender like blow up on me on the highway, and I've had a company that I probably spent like $300 or $400 on, again, that carbon part, basically tell me they're not going to help me with a replacement or a discount code. And I've fucking went whole different companies, ordered completely different products because I'm like, okay, cool. Thanks for the help, guys. Thank you.
See, that's my thing is like, I'll pay for a quality product, but at the same time, I don't like with my body style Mustang. So there's True Fiber and there's Anderson Composites.
Yeah.
So Anderson Composites is the higher end one. But I mean, all their pieces for my car like $1,000 plus.
Yeah.
But I'm still getting a carbon fiber weave from True Fiber. The problem with True Fiber is they don't really send you instructions on how to like install stuff.
Yep.
And you kind of have to drill it.
Yep.
Like I've got their whole center console and dash in the Shelby, and it's just like it doesn't fit right to me, and I'm too OCD to have. They just released the new deck lid for my car, so if you know that generation Mustang. So 11 to 12, the deck lid is kind of raised, and the 13, 14 deck lid has a curve to it. It's more flush with the body because of how they did those taillights.
Yeah.
I bought what I thought was the 13, 14, and then in like really tiny, probably like 2-point font at the very bottom says for 11 to 12 Mustangs, 13, 14 will have to cut. And I'm like, cool, didn't know that.
Yeah.
So now that they've released this new one, I think I'm going to go through that. And that process is not fun. You got to go through like fishing line. You got to cut like essentially fishing line off the back of it because it's Ford is really good with 3M tape. They love 3M tape.
Yeah.
They just 3M tape everything.
Yep. Slap that bitch on there.
Yeah, just slap it on there. Maybe it'll stay. But yeah, I'm kind of at a point now where I don't everything that I want to do, like looks wise with that car is just there's some pieces that I've been looking at. I'm like, that's $800. What can I use $800 on?
Yeah, and like we were talking earlier, dude, you get in the personal life and having a house, and like, dude, I want to buy a Penske shock for my bike, but also I need new tires for my truck. So it's like either a grand there or a grand here. Like, you know, I can't do like 500 and 500. Like,
I mean, dude, I got some buddies that are like $2,000 bill. I'll eat ramen for the next like 6 months. I'm like, what are you doing?
I've been there. Yeah. But yeah, dude, kind of with that, other future plans for the car or things that you want to see happen?
I want to put on 3 pieces. That's definitely my thing right now. I've got some Ferratas on it right now, but it's the way that it's a weird thing. That's another thing with the stand scene is just there's like an elitist level with wheels. Yeah. And I'm not saying like reps are good because I've seen like some reps explode. Yeah. Like please stop buying Oddhons. Yeah. Please.
But also shout out to XXR.
Shout out to XXR. Shout out, what's the other one? Avid, the fake the Teehees.
Yeah.
The Teehees.
Yeah.
No, Oddhon, or what's it? ESR.
Yeah.
ESR is in a weird place right now because they made reps for so long and now they make like a forged wheel, like a custom forged wheel you can get done. Yeah. And I'm like, you see people like dog on them on post and they're like, oh, but they're like real. They're like 3-piece like ESRs. I'm like, it's like a real rep wheel. Yeah. So,
dude, that's like the superhero. It's like when Vegeta goes like Super Saiyan. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, don't go into anime, man. We'll be here for like an hour and a half.
Dude, that's why we need to get you, me, and Eugenio together sometime. And then Jesse just along for the ride.
Yeah, just Jesse's like, I don't know what's going on.
Where's my Subway sandwich? But yeah, dude, no, that's badass. So it'll be awesome to see you get wheels on it and then kind of go from there. Dude, like I said, it's a beautiful car. Super, super clean. And the color scheme on it, dude, it always looks so good in photos. Like, dude, this shit's so baller. I was so jealous when I saw that with the jets in the back.
So everybody's like, oh, that's Photoshop. So dude, that was right after Texas Motor Speedway. Yeah. So that was right after LMR last year. So while LMR is going on, there's an airport right next to Texas Motor Speedway, and they were having an air show. So that is the Air Force Thunderbirds. Always have to, or is it Air Force?
Yeah.
I thought it was Air Force is Blue Angels.
That's Navy.
Navy is Blue Angels. So Air Force is Thunderbirds.
You have them tagged. Air Force Thunderbirds.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so the Air Force Thunderbirds were actually doing maneuvers out there where we were taking photos, and Savannah, my photographer, I've got a couple different shots of those Thunderbirds flying over.
That's literally so fucking baller right there. Like, I love that photo alone by itself. That's so clean.
I actually have a buddy in the Terminator group that his wife is or was a Thunderbird. So
really?
they moved to Vegas so she could actually be close to the testing grounds.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Out there fucking actually mavericking it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Dude, but that's super badass. Another thing I want to talk to you about is kind of your love and your taste for fucking heavy metal and screamo.
There we go.
Because I noticed that we have in common too. So, kind of shows you've been to and things you've seen and shows you want to go to. Any like shows in the future that you want to go to or anything that is coming up?
So I think I've probably been to close to 100 shows. Maybe 100, a little more than that.
That's something I want to do more of. That I feel like I haven't done enough of.
Oh yeah, dude, you got it. So my thing is, if I tell everybody, if you want to go see a band, if you got a favorite band you want to go see them. Spend the money, go see them, because you never know how long that band's going to be together.
That's
you never
the biggest thing.
know how long that the members are going to be together. The big thing with our scene is the pop punk community, which I'm not a pop punk guy, but all their lead singers get canceled because they're pedophiles or child molesters or something like that. It's like, that's super cool.
Very nice.
For the scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. My favorite band, the Double Horse Prada, I've seen them 40 plus times. So it's just one of those. And I love going to live music. Anytime when I was living in Amarillo, anytime somebody came to Dallas, Oklahoma City, or every once in a while Denver, I'd go see them.
Yeah.
Amarillo didn't really have like a big, like I'd even say rock scene. So like my first show was Three Doors Down, Saliva, Chevelle, and Seether.
Yeah.
And this is like 2002. So like right when they were huge.
Yeah.
And it's funny
That
because
was the CDs, bro. CDs were still happening. Yeah.
It's funny because like my first show was Three Doors Down, and then they played an acoustic set at Riverwind like 2 years ago. I'm like, man, that's crazy that they went from that to playing at Riverwind.
Dude, and like you were saying, you never know when it's going to be your last. So, like, dude, Linkin Park sucks. I'll never be able to see the true Linkin Park, dude.
I saw Linkin Park at the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah.
With System of a Down and... It wasn't Korn. It may have been Korn.
I want to see them live.
And it was weird because Linkin Park was like an opener.
Yeah.
And I think System of a Down was an opener for Korn.
Yeah. Dude, talking about that, I went to the I Prevail and
was it
Pierce the Veil?
Pierce the Veil, yeah.
Dude, Pierce the Veil was the opener for I Prevail.
Yeah, and everybody left afterwards.
That bitch split out right when they got done playing, dude.
That's literally the hill I've been dying on right now. Is because I'm I love Pierce the Veil, and I love Collide with the Sky and Selfish Machines. Those albums are just ingrained. So, like, you know, I'm a Warped Tour kid, so I grew up on Sleeping with Sirens and Pierce the Veil and Of Mice and Men. And it's just one of those things where I get that people have taste, but the TikTok scene is what they're calling it now. Pisses me off. Yes. Because...
Why do girls
no, stop. Not Falling in Reverse, dude. Don't do Falling in Reverse right now. Yeah, I like Ronnie's an asshole, but man, he makes good music.
Dude, he's so awesome. I love him, dude. Do you like that band?
Falling in Reverse?
Yeah, like Falling in Reverse.
His new stuff, that Watch the World Burn song. Ooh, that song's tasty.
Yeah, dude.
The new
dude, him on TikTok, he's fucking
wild.
Hilarious.
He's
bro.
wild on TikTok.
He talks shit on that Birdman. He's like, we have a singing Birdman. The dude who's always up on the park bench.
Oh yeah,
singing fucking emo music.
Yeah, because he looks like Ronnie. Because somebody said he looks like old Ronnie.
He's like, all right, you singing Birdman. Yeah, he's like talking shit on him, dude. It's so funny.
Well, it's like. Speaking of Prada's getting ready to do a co-headline tour with Landmarks and Fit for a King. And I'm like, oh, I'm in there like swimwear because if you've never seen...
Fit for a King would be badass.
Yeah. Here's a hot topic. I'm not a big Knocked Loose guy. I think Brian Jarvis is... I think he sounds like SpongeBob. But, yeah, I'm trying to think, who do I have playing to go see?
Dude, Sleep Token's coming.
Those tickets sold out in like 5 seconds.
Dude, they're going for like $300 or $400 now.
No,
I'm waiting until day of to see if they drop. If they drop the week of, I want to buy some and go see him.
And I'm trying to get on the Sleep Token train.
It's kind of hit or miss.
I like Chokehold. I like The Summoning.
Do you know it's a black lead singer?
Yeah. And then nobody knows who he is. He's a mystery.
Yeah, he wears a crazy ass fucking mask and everything. Yeah, I thought
the whole band does. The whole band is like masked up.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's a really good gimmick because it's like, who is he? Like, we'll keep listening until we figure out who he is.
The reason I bring that up is because, dude, when he's singing, like, I don't automatically think he's white, but I just would have never thought with like that singing style. Like, it kind of reminds me. People might hate me for saying this, but kind of like a Sam Smith or like a Sean, like, dude, just the way he sings here.
It's ethereal, I think is the word you're looking for.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I was trying to think with Sam Smith, but I'm thinking Sam Smith. Sorry, my brain immediately went to Sam Carter from Architects, and I was like, how is that?
Like, he's got that deep kind of like raspy fucking tone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it'll play or not. Yeah, it might play. Dude, it's such good music.
Yeah, it really is.
People on the podcast can't hear, but we're listening to Chokehold right now by Sleep Token.
Which is a jam, though.
Dude,
like, I'm not completely... Like, the rest of the album was it's all right, in my opinion. My boys are going to, like, torch me for this, but...
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't play on the podcast for whatever reason, because it's supposed to play whatever is coming out on the track, but... But kind of like that, dude. He's got like an old school, not the newer Sam Smith, but the older Sam Smith, the way he sings.
Yeah.
I just thought it would have been a bigger fucking white guy.
Yeah.
So whenever I saw him, it's some skinny black dude all masked up. I wasn't expecting that at all. So.
Well, it's like speaking of black guys that are lead singers, Howard from Killswitch.
Really, I didn't know that.
I love Howard from Killswitch.
Yeah.
He did, My Curse. He did End of Heartache, like. That stuff. So it's funny, like, my transition into kind of this heavier stuff. So I grew up, my parents raised me on Rush and Genesis and like the older stuff, and my dad was a big Pearl Jam guy. So I started getting into that, and I dated a girl in high school that was like big into the Devil Wears Prada, and that's really how I got into them.
Yeah.
And I just slowly have gone down this road. Like, I mean, I was raised on like Suicide Season, Bring Me the Horizon. So like it's funny because I never was like into the super like heavy stuff. So like a job for a cowboy and stuff like I would say that like the metal elitists are gonna rip me apart for half of this. So.
Yeah. Oh, I'm waiting to take backlash for the Sam Smith comment. Trust me.
They're not heavy.
Yeah.
But.
Dude, I moved to Colorado Springs. I had never gotten into metal. I was like a huge rap head, and then rap started getting fucking shitty with like Lil Uzi Vert and fucking Bodie or whatever his name is. And dude started getting bad. So I was hanging out with my friend, and he's like, dude, multiple tours in Afghanistan, like fucking hard as they come, heavy hitter. Bro, he started introducing me to Falling in Reverse and Bring Me the Horizon, Escape the Fate. And dude, I like at first was kind of listening to it, like laughing. Next thing you know, I'm like looking these songs up, playing them more and more. And dude, now like I fucking love it. I'll get down.
I was trying to think like what I
get down.
So like Prada. It's funny. The first Prada album that I got into was Roots Above. So Roots Above, Branches Below, and it's pretty heavy for like what I had come from like, you know, Chevelle or Three Doors Down or Hoobastank. Like
dude, fun fact. So sorry to cut you off, but dude, before I forget, so I used to sell wheels and parts and performance parts here back when I had just gotten out of high school. And dude, I had the newer drummer, not the OG drummer, but the drummer to take over from Breaking Benjamin, come by fucking wheels from me.
I forget he lives here.
Yeah. Dude, that shit was wild. I thought that was super cool. So because I was always playing MX versus ATV, and that fucking song would come on.
Ben Burley is kind of like Ronnie. He's kind of an asshole, but Breaking Benjamin is just, it's a staple. It's a staple of your childhood, essentially.
Yeah.
But so a fun fact too, Hinder's guitarist is from Guyman, or bassist. Hinder's guitar. They played a live show outside of our pub in Guyman, Oklahoma when I was in college. Like Lips of an Angel, and since they're from Guyman, they always played Amarillo.
Yeah.
Hinder, the Toadies, and Buck Cherry played Midnight Rodeo in Amarillo probably 45 times in my childhood. I was like, it was like every time the radio station would like, we have a new concert coming, it'd be them. I'm like, I don't want to see them anymore.
Yeah.
Crown the Empire is playing Amarillo in like June.
That'd be
like
badass.
End of June. I'm like, that's so random.
Yeah.
Because Amarillo doesn't get it. It's a country town.
Yeah.
We don't get any.
Well, dude, that's how Oklahoma City used to be. Like, if it wasn't country, it wasn't fucking coming. That or Katy Perry, one of the two. Katy Perry, Taylor Swift.
I saw Katy Perry at Warped Tour.
Did you really?
I saw Katy Perry at Warped Tour. I saw Machine Gun Kelly at Warped Tour.
Dude, MGK would be down. I want to see him.
He's going
so
back
bad,
to rap.
Dude. I saw that.
That new song.
I actually kind of like his alternative stuff, though. I'm not going to lie. Like, Glass House was fucking really good.
Glass House is really good.
27, I know, is slower, but that one's pretty fucking good.
What is it, 53666?
Yeah, that one's fucking good.
The pop punk album he put out, the first one, was really good.
I'm looking real quick.
In my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like MGK in the metalcore scene or the metal scene.
Dude, a lot of people get so fucking mad about it.
I think he's weird, but I like his rap stuff. I like his old like first coming up Cleveland rap stuff. That's like the stuff he did with Waka Flocka and Wiz Khalifa.
Downfall High was really good.
Yeah, Downfall.
This is where I first heard him getting back into rap. He did that fucking song with ESTG or SG, however you say his name. Death Around the Corner. Yeah. Bro, I will in the gym. Banging this shit. On my way to work, banging this shit. Riding the motorcycle, banging this shit. Bro, this goes so hard, dude. Like I said, no one can hear it on the episode, but we're listening to it. But, like, he'll come in. It's like the hardest chorus ever, dude.
When he has these type of fast beats are so nice.
Dude, these like drum drill beats, dude, he always goes off on. And I know a lot of people fucking hate on him because of the whole Eminem MGK diss battle ordeal, but dude, he's talented. He's talented.
Eminem hadn't put out anything worth the crap in like,
bro, so good. And then right here, watch this. It starts getting drill. Yeah, if you guys haven't heard that, the SG Death Around the Corner with Machine Gun Kelly is the shit, dude.
It's funny that you spoke about Lil Uzi Vert. Have you heard the new Bring Me song?
The which one?
Bring Me.
Bring Me?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's called Amen.
Dude, it was Uzi or somebody. You said Uzi?
Yeah.
Is Uzi Vert?
Yeah.
Kodak Black did the song with this just came out with Bring Me the Horizon. It popped up on
This
Spotify,
shit
but I haven't
slaps,
listened
bro.
to it yet. Does it really?
It's like their old shit.
No shit.
Yeah,
I was not expecting this.
It's like a mix of
fucking
There's
way.
a Hell, Suicide Season, and Sempiternal.
Dude, I did not know that. I saw it and I saw the cover
It's
and I was
chorus.
like, dude, that shit's dope. I like it a lot.
Shit's a vibe.
Dude, I saw this on Spotify. It popped up this morning when I started. I'd like mow the lawn and listen to music and shit. And I saw the cover and I was like, bro, Bring Me the Horizon just came out with another soft ass fucking like.
No, dude.
They'll do like lo-fi kind of like alternative stuff.
That's why they're getting so big is because
Yeah.
they're what they're doing now. All these other bands will do 2 years in the future.
Yeah.
Because when they did, what was it, Amo? There was like a softer album. Everybody like gave them crap about it, and then everybody 2 years later was doing an Amo.
Dude, I love Bring Me the Horizon. Their live orchestra performance.
Oh, the live at
was it in Australia?
no, it's at Wembley. It's at
dude,
Wembley Hall.
my favorite fucking live performance ever,
the
dude.
Avalanche,
the
Avalanche
anybody,
live.
out of anybody, absolutely favorite. Yeah, dude, I'll have to go add that to my Spotify playlist. I was not ready for that. Well, dude, we're at about an hour and 35 minutes. I got one last question for you.
Okay.
So Falling in Reverse is coming to Oklahoma City Zoo Amphitheater on July 18th. Do you have any plans?
July 18th?
On July 18th.
Who are they with? Because they're coming with somebody else that I was wanting to see because of their... Because the Bad Omens is coming to Dallas.
Dude, I want to see Bad Omens. If you go, take me with you, please. Let me know. I will buy a ticket.
Sold out.
I want to get.
That whole
oh
tour,
yeah,
whole tour
they're
is
supposed to
sold
come to Oklahoma City too, though. Yeah.
They came with Godsmack. They were here already.
Were they really? I missed that
it
one.
was for Catfest. They were here for Catfest with Godsmack.
So here it is. They are playing on Oklahoma City. There's 2 dots. Slaughter to Prevail and Crown the Empire.
Ooh. Yeah, that's who it was. Slaughter to Prevail slaps.
It is on July 18th, which I think is a Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down to go to that because.
So I already have both of the tickets.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'd be down for that.
if you're down to go, let's go.
Okay.
Because I've already got both of them. They gifted to me. So
oh, nice.
A friend of mine that was originally going to go is going to Mexico.
Nice. That's
she
great.
knows I'm into Falling in Reverse, and she just fucking transferred them to me and was like, here you go. So I'm like, damn, dude, I got one ticket. I know I'm taking one. So when we started talking, I saw your post about heavy metal. I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if Austin wants to fucking roll up to Falling in Reverse. So yeah, July 18th, it's a Tuesday. But
yeah, I'm good
yeah,
with
dude,
that.
if you're down, I already got the tickets. So you don't got to buy anything. We'll just fucking go.
Sick.
And the show will be badass. So I haven't seen Falling in Reverse live ever. So this will be my first time.
2 times. I saw them with. They opened for A Day to Remember in 2018.
That's dope, dude. I saw them at Oklahoma City Zoo.
Yeah, if you've never seen A Day to Remember, and if you go and see them, try and see them inside. For some reason, their acoustics are always a lot better when they're like an inside venue.
Yeah.
Because we saw them at the Criterion, which is not my favorite venue, but
dude, it's so small for the artists that they have.
It's so small.
So small.
And
Paramore played there, bro. Paramore played there.
I know. So
everybody said it was nut to butt and it smelled like fucking BO, dude.
Don't get me started.
Were you there?
Yeah, we went there.
No shit.
But so the second time we saw him, Hailey and I went to Hailey, my brother and his fiance at the time all went to When We Were Young Fest in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Craziest venue I've ever been to.
Yeah.
But that show was like the epitome of like what TikTok has kind of done to the scene.
Yeah.
Is because there were people there that you could tell they had never been to a concert before. Like, why are you so close to me? Why are you like pushing into me? Why do you touch? I'm like, because we're literally shoulder to shoulder right now.
Yeah.
And it didn't help either that the 2 big stages that they had right next to each other had like A Day to Remember performed, Bring Me the Horizon performed, Seosin performed, Paramore came on, and then My Chem played. And I'm so glad we got to see My Chem then because I know the tickets for the Oklahoma City show were like $600 for nice. I'm like, that's why I've always liked my scene too, is because on a like financial standpoint is you can go see your favorite band for like $18.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy. Like tops 40, 50.
Yeah, like tops 40.
Yeah.
But it's like, and it also depends on where you go because that's another thing about Criterion is if you want to get a drink at the Criterion, it's like $18 for like a regular like a beer. Or
that venue, I love what they're doing, but they need to upgrade like real soon.
They need
soon.
They need to either make it bigger. They need to because there's that building behind it that I don't think is anything in. They need to just like widen that whole venue.
Yeah.
But
dude, because they'll set up the merch tables and the merch line goes
line goes into the crowd, into
the stage. It literally goes from almost where the entrance is all the way back into the crowd because there's like probably fucking 20 feet, 30 feet, if that.
Well, that's a big thing with the Criterion too. That's been it's a big thing not just with the Criterion, but there's a lot of venues that so with merch sales they charge. Like you can go to like the Diamond, go to the Diamond Ballroom, and you'll pay $25-$30 for a band tee at the merch tent. You go to the Criterion, it's $45-$50 sometimes with some of these bands. Like Paramore, like none of their shirts were like cool enough to spend that type of money on. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
And they were like $50-$60.
Yeah.
Well, that's because the Criterion charges a tax fee on every T-shirt sold. They charge a tax fee on everything sold, whereas the Ballroom doesn't do that. Well, there's a lot of venues that are doing that now just because they're trying to recoup from COVID times.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they need to do something, dude, because I love that they are bringing major headliners into our city, but, dude, it's getting fucking too packed in there.
Well,
way too packed.
There's a new venue here called Beer City. So there's
also super fucking small.
So there's a rumor going around with them is the people that bought it that have money, so they just go and just throw money on top of like what like something like 89th Street. If you've ever been to a show at 89th Street, love that venue. It's really small, but it's also like it's tight. Like you just can. The acoustics in that building are great. So if you go to like Beer City, it's too small, but they've thrown so much money at it that they're bringing like Sleep Token's playing there.
Yeah,
that venue is not big enough for Sleep Token.
No.
Knocked Loose played there, and my buddy Brady went, and he was like, "Dude, we couldn't even move."
Yeah,
like it becomes almost becomes like a fire hazard.
Yeah,
like
absolutely. Yeah,
you don't need that many people.
Yeah, dude.
Beer
City is probably as wide as my living room and kitchen, and then from here to like the garage.
Yeah, they
like,
made
dude,
it's
so
like
small.
everything else. All of the venues that are right there on was that 23rd or 10th?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they're all like really small venues.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I love that the scene's growing, but yeah, they definitely need to work on that. We need to fucking like the Coke Center or whatever that is. That's now ranch.
The Cowboy Ranch one.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I don't know why that's not.
That doesn't need to be a club. That needs to be a
venue. They need to switch.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you could fucking make that work. They need to trade off. I'm gonna put both of them in DMs and be like, hey, you guys need to fucking swap places.
Y'all need to switch. Let's figure this rent out. And then
but dude, it's awesome having you on. I'm super excited. We got to sit down and chat, especially catch up and get to know each other a little bit more. What are some of your socials or places that people can follow you and keep up with you?
I'll be honest. Yeah, Facebook's kind of like my family thing.
Yeah.
I have it just to keep in touch. If you want to see like the car and stuff like that, go follow SVT Austin on Instagram.
All one word.
All one word. No underscores. All lowercase. That's pretty much it. I've been mulling around the idea of doing a YouTube thing, but that's once I get the car back and.
Yeah. Dude, she's ready to play.
She is losing her mind.
Yeah, dude, she's got her giant ass rope out. Bring it here. Let me see it. Bring it here. Let me see it. Grab the rope. Let me see it. She's ready. She's bored. She's been sitting here for an hour and a half just listening to us talk. She's ready to go. Here she is. Dude, she's so awesome. I love her to death. But here, take that. Grab that. See if you can.
Yeah, you can't get grip on this tile.
Yeah, dude, she's slipping. But yeah, everybody go follow Austin. Keep up with him on IG, dude. Thank you for taking the time to come down here.
No problem, man.
And dude, we'll go kick ass and have a good time at that 18th show. Go see Falling Reverse on them.
I'm looking forward to it now.
Yeah, that'll be badass. So, everybody, thank you for listening. Episode 5, and as always, we will see you guys on the next one.